this is just like a little taster.
Mark got killed. Hey, did you shoot some more? They came with their bidding strategies planned out.
Oh, look at Nick go.
The kids start putting in the pigs.
Godspeed. And the final waves fill the air.
Yeah, they need our support.
They're heroes.
He didn't die for nothing.
And the bed was already on fire.
You have nowhere to go.
In some places, the water was hip deep.
Anything can happen.
We got to get back into the gym, keep working hard, and just make sure that we don't want to have the same experience that we had yesterday.
Videographer Denny Hazen, my good buddy, put that together for us. Thanks, Denny.
Actually, my photographer Denny got this tonight from LeBron, but he told me I have to give it back to him. So, Denny, I promise I'll give it back to you. Yeah, right.
Friday Night Fever, and again, these young guys played their hearts out. Our videographer Denny Hazen has this year's high school football season in review.
Great camera work, too.
Yes, excellent.
Denny Hazen putting that one together.
Oh, very good. And Denny will also be shooting stuff for the Browns tomorrow.
I want to send a message to everyone who ever made fun of Cleveland, a message to anyone who ever told a Cleveland joke or laughed at a Cleveland joke. You can now officially shut up!
Donato's large, thicker, traditional-style pizza, loaded edge-to-edge with pepperoni, now only $9.99.
I love this town.
Donato's, official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Where do I start? First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. After a long discussion with my friends and my family, I've decided to follow my first love, and I'm going to sign with the Cleveland Browns, baby.
Yeah! Hey, Mr. Sunlight,
LeBron James stuns the sports world.
Outshine your bright. I'm talking out of my head. So
LeBron electrifies football. Unbelievable.
LeBron, you're gonna miss the bus. LeBron, everybody's on the bus. Let's go.
When I'm there for the best day of the week, State Farm's there.
Let's go.
This House of Blues Club is for you. It's for everyone here in Cleveland who needs some music.
Actors Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd kicked off the celebration with a Harley ride to the House of Blues with about 200 other bikers. As he squeezed through the crowd, Aykroyd couldn't say enough about Cleveland.
Beautiful city, man. City of bridges. I love it.
Once inside, Jim Belushi was all smiles. So welcome to Cleveland.
Oh, well, thank you. It's good to be here.
How's it feel?
It feels good. We were here last year, Danny and I. We played at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He declined to sing us a song, but...
I can play a harmonica.
Oh, yeah, do that. Guests packed into the 55,000 square foot space, which houses a restaurant, several bars, and an 1,100 seat music hall. Even though they call this the House of Blues, the music here will not be limited to just blues. There'll be everything from rock and roll to a cappella to even hip-hop. Mayor Jane Campbell views the HOB as a new beginning for this section of Euclid Avenue.
I want to invite everybody to come down, see East 4th Street, experience the House of Blues, experience Pickwick and Frolic, and really enjoy the fact that our renaissance of downtown entertainment is on its way.
Finally, it was time for the highlight of the evening. The Blues Brothers took to the stage and brought down the house.
They came with their bidding strategies planned out.
I want to be at the minimum.
With these artists' creative masterpieces adorning the city for 4 months, it left no doubt where the rock and roll capital is.
Clevelanders had a blast with it. Artists got exposure. Rock artists got involved in this.
Now to be sold to the highest bidder to raise money for the Rock Hall's Education Fund, Make-A-Wish, and the United Way. They call this part of the guitar the nut, and believe me, there were a lot of people here who are nuts about these guitars. The bidding guaranteed a successful night. Using auction paddles shaped like the Fender Stratocasters that were for sale, they tried to take home the gloved one, Drew Carey, even the Fab Four, a fab creation by the artist who will hate to see her work leave the building.
It's tough giving it up, but since it's for a great cause.
There's so much stuff to put on show that this is just like a little taster.
We got to get back into the gym, keep working hard, and just make sure that we don't want to have the same experience that we had yesterday.
Fans just can't get enough of number 23. Cavs superstar LeBron James has got the shoes, the moves, and now the gum. Yep, check out Bubblish's newest flavor, LeBron's Lightning Lemonade.
I like lemonade, so that's the type of taste that it has.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like this fruit tangy lemonade. What do you think it tastes like?
Lemony taste. Got a lot of lemon to it.
Good bubbles, too. You get good bubbles with this stuff.
So what does LeBron's mom think of LeBron's Lightning Lemonade?
It's sour and it's basically for kids, and the kids are gonna love it, so it's gonna sell.
So have you tried LeBron's new gum? Oh, I gotta get you a piece. I know LeBron, or at least I know his mom. So wondering where you can get the LeBron gum besides eBay? Well, a source tells me he found some at Miller's drugstore in Woodmere. And actually, my photographer Denny got this tonight from LeBron, but he told me I have to give it back to him. So Denny, I promise I'll give it back to you. Yeah, right. Okay, back to you guys.
This used to be a close game, but tonight it was all Wildcats. Ryan Hoyer to the great one, Tony Gonzalez. This kid is fantastic. I'll tell you, he's putting them up. Wasn't even close tonight, 42-6. Saint. We got 1 second to watch this catch. Oh, 42-6. Your final from Byersfield.
Friday night fever, and again, these young guys played their hearts out. Our videographer Denny Hazen has this year's high school football season in review. We love our Browns, but that's a reminder, nothing tops the intensity of high school football and high school sports. Videographer Denny Hazen, my good buddy, put that together for us. Thanks, Denny.
I mean, it feels real good, especially from last year when you didn't get an opportunity to celebrate, and now you're trying to see again. You're like, wow, this is what it's like, because I mean, it was only 1 year, but it seemed like it was a long time.
We wanted to clinch this at home. We didn't want to take it on the road. I mean, it's sweet enough for the players, but I'm sure the fans want to enjoy it as well.
Want to celebrate Cinco de Mayo that way, having Cinco.
In a 5-game series, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We know Seattle's got a great club. They got a great club. They got great pitching. They got a great lineup. This should be a fun series. We're looking forward to it.
It's the type of place where you'll find kids playing soccer on City Hall's front yard.
If you live here or have a business here, you're glad you do. And if you don't, you wish you did.
Mayor Leo Bender says Broadview Heights is also the type of place where people sometimes leave their garage doors up and their doors unlocked at night. And now that's a problem.
Everything they've done so far has been unlocked. Either the car or the house has been unlocked, and they've walked in and taken mainly cash and walked back out.
Scott Marsh left this garage door unlocked a couple of weeks ago. A thief rifled through his vehicles and then took a bold step inside Marsh's home.
It's the call to duty soldiers knew was coming. Loved ones look on as the final orders are given out.
Godspeed. Best of luck.
Every time you take a lead away,
They fall out and head to pick up rations, supplies, and then the hardest part, goodbyes. Lots of fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters are headed to the Middle East and a possible war. But there's hope for peace. They reach out for a last chance touch. Young couples torn apart by their assignments. All part of the Ohio National Guard's 372nd. Kids wave a flag their dad is going to defend, but it's not easy seeing him leave.
I'm going to miss him. I'm going to pray every night for him.
What happens, happens. Nothing we could do. We just have to have faith in our government and in our men.
But until the very last second, they all try to catch a glimpse as the convoy heads south and the final waves fill the air.
We just all need to keep them in our prayers and the whole country.
At the Greater Friendship Baptist Church, there were so many people trying to share the celebration of Brandon Sloan's life, it was standing room only. On the nearby street corners, total strangers stood in silent witness to Brandon's courage. Many brought an American flag to show their support, their appreciation, their love for a 19-year-old soldier from Bedford Heights.
He gave the ultimate sacrifice so we can all be here.
I thank him from the bottom of my heart.
Brandon was killed March 23rd when the 507 Maintenance Company was ambushed in Nazaria. 9 soldiers lost their lives.
That's what it's all about. Thousands came to Nautica on the Flats to shout it out.
USA! USA!
In the crowd, Americans, wrapped in old glory from all walks of life. From the very young, pledging their allegiance
of the United States of America.
To the old and the very proud.
The servicemen need the support. We never had it in Vietnam.
To people from all across Northeast Ohio and beyond.
My dad fought in World War II, and so I thought it was my duty to be here.
And drive all the way from Louisville.
Yes.
This crowd couldn't agree more.
I feel that once our troops go over there, we should be behind them and let our lawmakers work out the politics part of it.
But politics weren't too far away. Just on the other side of the river, peace protesters held a long banner that few on this side even noticed.
There are hundreds of thousands of our soldiers overseas that are fighting for our world and to keep us safe, and they need our support.
How's that? Is that good? Yeah. Okay.
There's no denying the love shared between Raylene Zdanowicz and her 12-year-old son, Josh. Josh has cerebral palsy and relies on his mother for virtually everything, except transportation. For that, Josh relies on the family's special van. But there's no van parked outside their West Side home tonight because a thief stole it Friday night.
It's the only thing, basically, and then that can transport me from place to place.
Look at it! Come on! Come
We have a league set up for adults and children who have special needs.
The league started thanks to Jeannie Seidenstricker after she approached the city of Solon a couple of months ago.
Because I believe that this population is as deserving of recreational activities through our city as everyone else.
What are we going to save?
LTV!
What do we want to save?
Jobs!
Hundreds of LTV supporters with Congressman Dennis Kucinich leading the way.
What are we going to save?
LTV!
What do we want to save?
They were marching with spirit, trying to keep LTV steel alive. 7,500 jobs in plants, including those in Cleveland, are at stake.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
They marched by the plant that might have been idle, except for Kucinich's legal moves that kept it open until next week's hearing. Gathering at the Peace statue downtown, speaker after speaker reminded the crowd that it was far more than jobs at stake.
I see as many retirees as I see active people. We got to save their health care. Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Let's keep working.
This is where Samore was shot several times. Investigators say he just got home from running this store on East 55th. He owned the Big Star Market.
Sorry. Mark got killed. Mark. That's why the store not open today.
The storms there peeled the roof of the school completely off. Water damage is heavy throughout the building as the rains destroyed classrooms and books. Once again, this is Tennyson Elementary School in Sheffield Lake.
The impact of the explosion was felt a block away. Neighbors on the street thought a bomb went off. Many described hearing the blast and then seeing the house turn into an inferno. The explosion blew part of the house off its foundation, and the walls of the home were so weak that firefighters were unable to get inside to make sure that nobody else was trapped. Tonight, fire crews are still on the scene, dousing the hot spots in the walls.
Once Cleveland firefighters get to the scene on Denison Avenue, they quickly get the fire under control, but there's a lot of smoke, a lot of damage, but every life inside is spared. Now, 5 families that live in this apartment building are picking through the charred rubble, trying to piece their lives back together.
After school, and in this whole building, we were all family. You know, not all of us were related, but we all love each other.
We have nowhere to go. And it's hard with 8 babies to find somewhere to go.
I don't have very good heat, so I had a heating blanket. And as you know, I felt something burning my leg. I got up, I tried to drag it out, but you know what I mean, the bed was already on fire.
But once Lewis realized the fire was too big and he couldn't put it out, he went out onto the back porch and started banging on neighbors' doors to make sure they got out safely.
Well, Scott, you can see behind me the building still taped off, still a crime scene. Also, police officer guarding the end here.
Our very own Vic Gideon took part in the celebrity races at the Cleveland Soapbox Derby for big kids. He took on Cleveland Councilman Mike Dolan, and that's Vic in the lane closest to us. And apparently, there he goes. He beat the councilman handily. The event to raise funds for Cleveland Soapbox Derby, which sponsors rallies and races for local kids throughout the year. And look at Vic go.
Gagos Paisano.
By all accounts, the Gravity Games have been a great success, exciting competitions and awesome crowds.
The Cleveland crowds have been fantastic. We had a record-setting day yesterday with 51,500 people.
It took 5 weeks to build all of this for the athletes and fans, and it's estimated that the games will pump in nearly $28 million into the local economy, have people of all ages show their love for the new wave of sports stars to come, right here at Cleveland's very own Gravity Games.